Hello everyone, today I'm going to be playing Roblox Rise of Nations, and we're going to be doing a Cold War event, and this game I'm going to play as Italy, and I'm going to be in the state of NATO, and my enemies are going to be the Warsaw Pact, basically the Soviet Union and their satellite states, and also China. Even though in real life China and the Soviet Union actually weren't friends at some point, like they had some kind of split, but yeah. But to make it more fair, we decided to add China too, but yeah, that's okay. And so after a while I decided to finally make troops and factories. Eventually was one of the poorest members because I was AFK for quite a lot of time, and most of the people already were there when I came. Actually, like all of the people were already there when I came, but yeah, I came quite late, so that's why I don't really have that much troops. But I'm also one of the poorest members probably of my entire faction, because every other every other nation on my faction seems to have some type of navy or air force, which is quite good. But yeah, so after I made factories and sold them to I was just putting more infantry, and it made all my infantry specialized because they were gonna be more powerful. And then I just went to research things, and those things help you to research faster, and also gives you more research points faster, which is quite better. So after I ended up researching that, and I went directly to infantry, and after I researched more of the infantry stuff, I ended up preparing even more, and this time asking the United States to fund me a little bit because I needed money. And then I also made more troops and sold to electronics to my economy. And then after that, I just made more infantry to prepare for a war, along with some ships like a battleship and some destroyers, along with a submarine. And yeah, that's it for now.
Minister. Arbeiter, hörst du sie nicht? Es flüstern die Kohle- und Stahlproduzenten. Es flüstert die chemische Kriegsproduktion. Es flüstert von allen Kontinenten. Mobilmachung gegen die Sowjetunion. Arbeiter bauen, nehmt die Gewehre, zur Hand. Zerschlagt die faschistische Räuberheere.
Okay, and so after that I started pushing into Yugoslavia, and I was very close to the Yugoslavian capital, and so Turkey was getting pushed out of Yugoslavia at some point, and they actually got pushed out of it because a lot of Soviet troops appeared out of nowhere, which is kind of weird. Like the Soviets fell so quickly, and all of the satellite states the Soviet Union still had a lot of troops, but they didn't use it wisely. Instead, they just decided to charge into my navy, which bombarded their troops, and that ended up causing some casualties to their troops and a lot of damage. So we want that, and now that we have the freeway into Belgrade, I took it, and then I just went into Bulgaria, and I wanted to invade Romania now, because Romania was just closed, and they were still resisting. They still had some army in the mountains, but we ended up killing the army on the mountains at some point. But that took quite a lot of time and a lot of tanks, mostly because they were entrenched and Turkey lost a lot of troops with them, so they were just like very high, like the maximum level for troops. And after they had more help from China, then yeah, maybe they would have done a lot, and they probably would have liberated Bucharest, and no, I mean the capital of Romania, and maybe even the capital of Serbia. So after that, we were still there, and we were invading Soviet Union, but it was just a mess because uh, France, the United Kingdom, and not really the United Kingdom, but mostly the United States too, and Turkey launched a bunch of troops towards the Soviet Union, and France ended up taking most of the casualties, but they ended up taking like almost no valuable territory. They only took Ukraine, which was probably the only vulnerable part that they took, and they took some of Western Russia, but that part was not worth because they only took like the northern part of Western Russia, but even that part is in war with Leningrad or Petrograd or St. Petersburg as it's called now. And yeah, but it ended up going to the United States, which United States took quite a lot of 1 million cities on those cities with more than a million population on the Soviet Union. Even they took barely any casualties. I think they only took like 1 out of 10 of all the casualties, but only when at the start, like when they started to invasion, then they had more. But yeah, and I barely ever saw any casualties too, but it's mostly because they didn't go far away into the Soviet Union, where the land was burned. Otherwise, I would have had way more casualties, just like France and the United States. And after that happened, basically the United States made an aircraft carrier, which the China didn't have any aircraft carrier, I'm quite sure. And China barely had any navy and barely any troops because when the Soviet Union died and all of the satellite states, except Romania, um, the Warsaw Pact, basically the Soviet Union alliance barely had any troops anymore. They only had like 2 million troops in total, and most of those were in China. So that means that China only had 2 million troops, and they didn't even have a good navy. And they claimed to have won more than 40 million income, which I don't trust that because if they had gained more than a 40 million income, then they would have been richer and be able to make something like two aircraft carriers and a lot of battleships and a huge navy and a huge army with some air force included. But turns out they didn't make any of that, or they usually spent their money on air research and development and didn't really care about the army because they thought that they were still gonna win. But they also did some failed attacks on the southern United States because that's what was said at the end of the event. So they failed at those attacks. They didn't work, but at least they tried. So okay, so now we're just gonna need to stop China from pushing us back to Moscow, but I don't think that's gonna happen since China barely has any troops left at this point. And even if they do manage to shoot, then they're just gonna have the same thing that happened to us. They're gonna die on their way to take out of Russia. Just like what happened to us. Like at this point we took so many losses because of that, but I mean not all of us, mostly France, but at this point it's mostly like the entire faction. But yeah, not really me considering I took like almost I took like the same losses as Bavaria, but Bavaria doesn't do anything at this point. Like Bavaria didn't do anything. No, I mean they don't do anything at this point, but at the start they were very useful to push against the Soviet Union, but at this point they're not doing really anything. Which I mean that I'm not surprised, since they are all the way to Europe and they don't have so many manpower to be able to do anything. Okay, so now I think that we're gonna be able to push into China soon, at least when my battleships and my destroyers come. But for now it isn't gonna happen since they're taking a lot of time to do that. Bro, Turkey got oil shortage. So look at that. That's very bad. Our losses are rising very fast, but look at those losses. That's even worse, at least for the Soviet Union. This is more playable, but that's still annoying. But yeah, now I'm gonna be able to move my troops, considering that we're in Africa and Africa doesn't have so much lag. Well, I mean, if you look at Africa, it seems so smooth. Like, look at that. I'm gonna show you the FPS right now. I don't think that I have the FPS unlocker. I'm not sure. Yeah, I have the FPS unlocker actually. So yeah, that's what Africa looks like. It's very smooth and yeah, very great and yeah. But if you go into Europe, it starts very bad. Like you had 20 FPS right now, now we're at 19. Yeah, it's back to 13. Which 13 is playable, I can say. It's very good actually. 13 is actually very great. But 15, it's not playable. No, it's not very playable, but it's still somewhat good. But yeah. Then anything below 10, that's very bad. And anything below 5, then that's just unplayable. But it's back to normal. Like now it just seems smooth. Like it doesn't seem so bad actually. And look at Aaron. If everyone is quite happy about because the lag is gone now. I swear I hate you, United States. Why? I wanna ask him why, because I don't think why he hates United States, because United States is doing what they're supposed to do, but yeah. Watch out, I may beat your terrorists to death. Well, I mean, Romania is there at this point. They last quite long actually. They did very great against actually they actually may not be dead. I'm not very sure. Yeah, I should have helped Turkey actually. Yeah, I definitely should have helped Turkey. Yeah, we finally need to invade Romania, considering that Romania is just very annoying to everyone. Like no, not everyone, but at least Turkey, and Turkey is gonna struggle at Romania. It's just out there with some troops because Romania could at any point just pushes back. But I mean, not pushes back, but at least take back Bucharest, which after they take Bucharest and they could run for to take any cities they want. Then if China really, China was like great, they would have at least like helped Romania way more. And imagine Romania with China included, like China just gives them some money to every time. Romania will be OP with that, because Romanian manpower, they could just use the manpower on that, and they would cause a lot of problems to us. Bro, Britain, you can't do that. Well, I mean, that's what happens when you launch. Well, I mean, okay, at least we don't. At least we didn't allow. What the hell? No, don't spawn more troops. We're not gonna let you do that. No, yeah, we're not letting them open more troops into here, because if they put more troops in, we're just there at this point. Yeah, we took them back. Now let them take those cities. Okay, so now we're gonna go against Romania. We're gonna be taking that out. Okay, let's do it. We are about to defeat them. We are very close to defeat them actually. Yeah, we defeated them. But that causes a lot of casualties. Now we are more than 1 million on casualties. Yeah, almost 1 million on casualties, but at least we took them out. But that causes quite a lot, but I expected to lose actually, because I didn't expect to win, considering I saw the amount of Turkish troops going into Romania every time, and I was like, I got no chance to win. But it turns out I actually got a chance to win. But I mean, this was mostly because Romania doesn't. Don't tell me they're gonna make more troops over here. They're just gonna entrench them. If they do that, then I'm dead. Yeah, stop. Like my troops are staying in Romania. They don't want to move out of Romania, out of the Romanian mountains, which is very annoying, since if they don't move, then if they're just gonna be stuck here, then that's gonna be very annoying. Look at that. Yeah, finally they finally move it. So now let's go to China. Oh yeah, we're about to invade China. And we're about to take out Romania. This is quite epic.
L'attacco, Stato e padroni non la possono fermare, niente operai pur di più a lavorare, ma tutti uniti siamo pronti a lottare. Non lavoro salariato, unità di tutti gli operai, il comunismo è il nostro programma, con il partito conquistiamo il potere.
Okay, what the hell happened over here? I went AFK for a moment, but I'm back. Still, seems like China is doing a very bad job against my troops. So that's very good. Okay, so I ended up being AFK for a moment, and we won actually, and yeah, I mean it's quite obvious we actually won, but yeah, I mean NATO ends up being fine, and yeah. But in conclusion, we won, but at quite a huge cost of casualties. Two the people who actually took the most casualties were actually there are France and Turkey and more. But for some reason China also collapsed, which is quite weird. I think that the United States didn't even jet to Beijing, but they promised that would jet to Beijing, so I'm gonna do that. But yeah, that's the end of the video, and I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, then subscribe, I guess. I mean, I don't know, but yeah, it's we reached Beijing.